Yo, as you can see, I've got a new toy to play with. Well, actually, it's new to you, but it's actually old to me. I've had it for some time, but guess what? If you don't know the Rode Streamer X, you have the ability to connect an XLR microphone like I've been using, the Rode PodMic USB. You can connect a professional broadcast or a gaming headset, but one of the dopest things is that you can get wireless and connect something like the Rode Wireless Go 2. And I know people are like, wait a minute, that's not a Rode Wireless Go 2. Yeah, actually, it is. This is the Rode Interview Go kit, all right? And I'm gonna show you that a little bit later, but I wanna show you how you can connect your Rode Wireless Go 2, or if you have the Rode Wireless Me system, directly to the Rode Streamer X. Let's jump in, show you how you get that done. All right, so we are inside of Rode Central right now. I'm assuming that you have the latest version of Rode Central, and I'm assuming that your Streamer X is already updated to the latest software firmware update. Just to double check, you can click, if you're inside of Rode Central, you can click on this cogwheel over here in the top right hand corner. It's going to let you know any available firmware. You will simply click on that button, and then it's going to tell you, hey, if you have any updates available, go ahead and download those. But as you can see, ours is up to date. So we're going to close this out. Click back on the Streamer X, and then you want to click on audio setup. All right. Now you can see right here, I already have my wireless channel selected physically on the Rode Streamer X. For those of you who don't know how to do that, you actually want to click the left knob, the one to the left, the one that has the microphone icon, not the headphone, but the actual one to the left. You want to click on that, and then you want to click on that until it changes to the wireless icon. That's how you select the different inputs, and then you will see that correspond here as well inside of Rode Central. All right, so then I'm going to click on another cogwheel, and then as you can see here, it's going to say no device paired. All right, so when you hit pair new device, you want to make sure that you turn on your Rode Wireless Go 2. And then once it's actually on, you're going to see that blue light fill up, and then you're going to see the other one blinking, and then you just want to press it. All right, hit pair new device, and then you want to press it one more time, and then it is going to be paired. So what I'm getting ready to do now, I'm going to switch over from the PodMic USB over here to speaking into the Rode Wireless Go 2, so you can get an idea of what that sounds like, okay? So it is working. It's working. You're hearing this with no effects, no processing. This is without the wind muff. This is just holding the Rode Wireless Go 2, I want to say roughly about, 6 to 8 inches from my mouth. And this is the type of sound quality that you can expect. You also know the dope thing about the Rode Wireless Go 2 is that you can actually attach a lapel mic to this. If you want to do something more professional, you can actually clip this directly to your shirt. One of the ways I found that I love to use this that'll be dope kind of for a podcast setup is to actually attach it to the Interview Go. All right, so I'm going to attach this to the Interview Go so this can kind of operate like a handheld mic, and then we're going to go through some settings and see how we can get this changed to get it sounding a little bit better. Okay, so what I've done is connected the Rode Wireless Go 2 to what's called the Interview Go. Basically, this allows this to be handheld. I can actually put this on a microphone arm stand, and so I can be hands-free, and that would be kind of a dope podcast setup for any of you that are looking for something mobile and simple to use with a camera or an iPhone. If you have a two-person or even a one-person setup for your podcast or content creation. But yeah, let's jump back into Rode Central to see how we can kind of change some of the effects and see if we can get a better sound. Because one of the things you want to keep in mind is that the Rode Wireless Go 2s, these wireless mics, they are condenser mics. They are not dynamic microphones. So that means they're going to be very sensitive to picking up all of the noise that's in the room. So you're going to get a lot more clarity out of something like this, especially when it's closer to your mouth. But as it relates to picking up room noise and sound and everything that's going on around you, you're going to be more apt to pick it up, which is why I try to basically convert this to somewhat of a dynamic microphone, hold it with my mouth, and try to get it closer. Let's jump back over into Rode Central. All right, and then see, you can see right now we have the pad off. All right, and it's at 0 dB. So I'm going to actually turn on the pad, and basically what that does is that actually helps. So I think the pad actually makes this sound better. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the pad is negative 20 dB. It's either negative 10 dB or it's negative 20 dB. But you can hear how it kind of took away some of that room noise that was going on around me. And of course, we have the ability to change the sound levels based on what I'm seeing here going into ECAMM Live. Everything looks to be pretty good. So I'm going to leave that at 0 for right now. And then I'm going to jump over here and actually turn on the processing. So you all know that the basic, and you can hear that change. You can hear the change that happens. So you all know inside of Rode Central, this may be similar to what you've seen on the Rodecaster Pro 2 or the Rodecaster Duo. You have your generic processing like depth, sparkle, and punch. All right, or then you can go into advanced, which is what I actually like to do. So let's click in here. You have things like your high pass filter. You have things like your de-esser. You have things like your noise gate. I'm going to turn the noise gate on, which is going to remove a little bit more of that noise in the room. You have the compressor, you have your equalizer, and then you have your oral exciter and your big bottom, all right? So if you want more bass, of course, I know for me personally, I do prefer a little bit more bass in my voice, so I'm going to turn that drive up. I usually go between 85 and 90. The oral exciter, I have pretty good range in my voice, and as you can already hear, there are a lot of highs in this mic, so if anything, I may actually tune this down just a little bit to maybe about 50, maybe even 45, but I'll say 50 for right now to kind of take away some of that harshness that you could hear. And then you have the panning if you actually want to go from left to right. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. That's going to be pretty much it. You know, again, let's do another sound check. We'll get out of here. I'm going to turn the processing off. So right now you are listening to the Rode Wireless Go 2 that's connected to the Interview Go. We actually have the technically the windscreen or the mic screen or quote unquote pop filter that's on side, and then this is with the processing off, and then this is with the processing turned on. So let me know, how do you think this sounds? Is the Rode Wireless Go 2 something that you find yourself that you would use? Would you actually use it with the Streamer X? You know, does it sound like it's something that can work for your setup? Again, like I said, I think this is one of the dopest things about what Rode is doing. They've entered the Apple space where everything just kind of works with the ecosystem. And I got a video coming out soon specifically about the Rode Wireless Go 2 because I've had them for basically 2 or 3 years now. Never really done a video on them. But yeah, I want to show some more cool things like this. But until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.